And what the people in the media don't understand, well, maybe they do and they're just not taking the chance. What they don't understand is that Christie probably dealt himself the fatal blow by walking the boardwalk with Obama. My guess is that people inside the Beltway have long forgotten that and think that, that's going to be such a distant memory. That's not going to hurt Christie by the time the 2016 primaries come around. And this is another example of how genuinely out of touch people inside the Beltway are. Because I'm telling you, I don't know how many, but it's a sizable number of Republican general election and primary voters. Christie ended his chances 1 week before the 2012 elections by embracing Barack Obama. And that's not something people are going to forget. This Bridgegate thing, I have no idea what's going to... I know what's going on. The Democrats are not taking any chances. You know what's driving Bridgegate? There are 2 polls that show that only Christie defeats Hillary 2016. And that's it. There are 2 polls, and I can't even name the polls for you. I think one of them might be Gallup. But remember, these people live and die because the polls are them. They do the polls. And to them, the poll equals news. The poll is not public opinion and a reflection of it. Poll is news to them. They go out and do a poll, they look at the results, and that happens to be reality in their world. And so they have 2 polls, the media does, that say, now there are other polls that don't say this, but those are thrown out and not considered. There are 2 polls that suggest the only person that can beat Hillary on the Republican side, if the election were today, is Christie. And that's why they're going to try to take him out now on Bridgegate. That's it. That's the only reason. Well, it's not the only reason, but it's the 99% reason. I mean, the other 1 or 2% is just what they do. Republican scandal, great. Let's take them out. Let's destroy them. That's just what they do. Like lions kill wildebeests. The media sees a Republican in a scandal, either unreal, fake, or genuine, and it's, okay, let's stay on this until the guy's finished. So there's that element, plus the fact that they are in fear because they have 2 polls that show Christie is... Those polls are worthless and meaningless, but that's all they've got, and they're not taking any chances. As far as Bridgegate's concerned, I have no clue. Is Bridgegate going to be something that impacts Christie's presidential fortunes in 2016? Far, far, far less than walking arm in arm with Barack Obama 1 week before the 2012 election, when you did the keynote for Obama for Romney at the convention, and you didn't really do that well. This is what they don't see. I guarantee you, the people inside the Beltway, they think that's nothing. I mean, people forget about that. They're worried at Bridgegate simply because it's the latest is going to be the determining thing. And I have no idea how Bridgegate's going to come out. So I'm like everybody else. If he told the truth and he didn't know about any of this, the only thing you can say is, well, why not? I mean, why didn't you know? I mean, really, there's another question besides that. This aide of his that he fired, the woman who sent the email, okay, time for traffic problems in Fort Lee. The fact that meant what it meant means that there is a culture there. Okay, look, if I, in my normal day, let's say I got an email, okay, time for traffic problems in Fort, I wouldn't have the slightest idea what to do with that. But somebody did. They knew exactly what that meant. That, to me, is quite telling. On both ends, the aide sends the email, and the recipient of the email knew what to do with it. Okay, time for traffic problems in Fort Lee. Okay, well, what kind of stuff like that went on before that that was essentially the education. Because I doubt there was ever a meeting, look, there may be a day when we'll send you an email and it'll say time for traffic problems in Fort Lee. What that means is you close down 3 lanes or 2 lanes for a month and you cause all kinds of traffic so that we can end up blaming it on the mayor there. I doubt that meeting was ever held. So what the email means is that whoever sent it, well, the woman that sent it and the recipient knew that means the mayor of Fort Lee is a scumbag, and it's time to get even with this scumbag, and we're going to pay this scumbag back by ruining traffic in his town. So there's a culture there. That is something, eventually somebody will get onto that. Right now, they're just focused on whether or not he lied. I got to take a time out. Sit tight, my friends. We'll be back. Don't go away.